So many of us are probably familiar with the win, build, send model for making disciples, right? It's active, it's very straightforward, and it's got a super clear goal. But what happens when we take that very action-oriented framework and look at it through the lens of a centuries-old contemplative tradition? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're reimagining discipleship through the quiet, deep interior world of Carmelite spirituality. And that really brings us to the central question for this whole explainer. Think about it. In a world that just screams for noise, for action, for results you can measure, can a mission actually be an act of silence? Is it possible that the most powerful evangelization could happen without even saying a single word? Let's dive in and explore that. Okay, first, let's just get a quick baseline. The standard win, build, send model. It's pretty simple. You win people to faith in Christ, you build them up with knowledge and good habits, and then you send them out to do the exact same thing. It's a cycle, right? An active, outward-facing mission. Now keep that definition in your head because we are about to turn it completely inside out. All right, so let's start with part one, win. In Carmelite spirituality, this first step is totally reframed. It is not what you might think at all. You see, instead of being a one-and-done decision, the Carmelite win is really an invitation to start a journey. St. Teresa of Avila had this incredible vision of the soul as this great, beautiful castle with all these different rooms. And to be one, well, it just means you've accepted the invitation to step inside the castle walls, to get away from all the noise of the world, and to begin that inner exploration to find the king who's waiting for you in the very center. And this, right here, is what's so interesting. It completely redefines the goal. St. Teresa is basically saying the point isn't to win someone over to a bunch of rules or abstract doctrines. The goal is to win them to a friend. The win is just an introduction to a deep, personal relationship, a quiet conversation with someone who, you come to find out, already loves you. So, from that very gentle invitation, we move into the build phase. And for the Carmelites, this is, well, you could call it the ascent. Okay, get this. If build in the normal model is all about adding things, new habits, more knowledge, more activities, the Carmelite vision is the exact opposite. Drawing on another great Carmelite, St. John of the Cross, this is all about subtracting. It's a journey up a mountain, a process of purification, of letting go of all the attachments and distractions that are weighing you down. You're stripping away everything that isn't God so you can travel lighter on your way to the summit. And this gives us the structure for that climb. These aren't just random things to do. They're the 4 pillars holding everything up. Prayer is your lifeline, and it moves deeper and deeper into silence. The sacraments, well, that's your food and water for the journey. Community is your climbing team, making sure nobody gets left behind. And formation, that's the map, drawn by the experts who've already made it to the top. So what this means is that the qualities of a built-up disciple get a totally new focus. You can think of it with this acronym, FACT. They're faithful, not just to showing up at church, but to that daily interior silent prayer. They're available, making that time with God non-negotiable. They become contagious, not because they're preaching at you, but because they just radiate a kind of peace that makes other people curious. And finally, they're teachable, staying humble and open on the journey. Okay, so now we get to send. After all this intense inward work, what does the mission actually look like? And here is the beautiful paradox of it all. In the Carmelite vision, you aren't sent to go do a program. The mission isn't some task you have to check off a list. It's just the natural, unavoidable overflow of a heart that's so filled with God's love that it can't help but spill out onto everyone else. And St. Therese of Lisieux, with her famous Little Way, is the absolute perfect model of this. This comparison just makes it so clear. On one hand, you've got traditional missions, maybe focused on big public platforms and programs. But the Little Way, that's all about hidden prayer and small, unseen sacrifices. It's not about traveling far away. It's about doing the ordinary things right here, right now, with an extraordinary love. The whole focus shifts from trying to do great things for God to simply radiating an overflow of God. And here we go. This is the core conviction. For a Carmelite, the most powerful, the most effective form of mission is completely hidden from the world. It's that contemplative action of praying for others. That hidden prayer is the spiritual powerhouse that's actually fueling all the visible, active missionary work out there in the church. So let's try and bring this all home. If you're wondering, okay, how do I actually do this? We can distill this whole contemplative journey down into 3 essential habits for any missionary disciple. First, and this is the big one, divine intimacy. This isn't just a nice idea, it's the absolute non-negotiable foundation of everything. We're talking about a disciplined, daily commitment to just being alone with God in silence. Without this, everything else is just empty noise and activity. It's the whole ballgame.
Now, the second habit flows right out of the first one. It's authentic friendship. Because when a disciple is so deeply aware of being loved by God in prayer, they just can't help but let that love spill over to other people. And this isn't just about being nice, It's a real sacrificial love that truly wants its best for the other person and ultimately wants to bring them into that same silent friendship with God.
And the final habit is really a radical shift in your mindset. It's having this deep conviction in the power of the little way. It's truly believing that your small, hidden, everyday acts of love and your silent prayers, they're not passive. They're not ineffective. They are, in fact, the most powerful way you can join in God's mission and bring His love into this world. Which, brings us right back to where we started. This Carmelite vision of win, build, send really challenges our modern ideas about what it even means to be effective. And it leaves us with this final thought to chew on. In a world that is just saturated with noise and distraction, what could possibly be more radical, more needed, and more powerful than a mission that is born from silence?